Hey everybody, Mr. Bookyboo here, coming to you with my latest LEGO project. What you see in front of you is my take on a LEGO modular police station. Now, as you know, LEGO just celebrated its 10-year anniversary this past year with Assembly Square. 10 years of really great modulars, some really amazing designs over the years, but the one thing that's been missing this whole time is a police station. So I got tired of waiting, and I decided to take a stab at my own, my own design for a police station. Now, what you see is taking some heavy inspiration from my time in Paris. When I was there, I saw some amazing, really, really old buildings that just looked incredible. The architecture there is phenomenal. If you ever had a chance to go to Paris, go. It's an incredible city. The people are wonderful. And it's just the history there. It's just, the city is just filled with history everywhere you look. Incredible. And one of the things that really stuck out to me was that most of the buildings, like especially in like central Paris, a lot of the older buildings had a carriageway at somewhere in the building, usually in the middle or maybe off to the side. And so I really wanted to incorporate that as opposed to like a more traditional roll-up garage door or something that you'll see in some of the other modulars around. I want to do something a little bit different. And so that's why I did this carriageway that you see in the middle. That was kind of like the core focus. Once I had that like concept in my head, from there, everything else just kind of fell into place. I literally started by building this archway. That was the very first thing I had positioned and I had set up. And then everything else kind of just started to take its shape around it. Now, this is a full-sized modular with fully backs, tops, everything. And I'll spin it real quick so you can see. It's got pretty much, everything in it you see is it's the same size as all the other modules is what I'm trying to say. It's also got a full interior. Now I'm still adding a few little details here and there, and I need to get a few little pieces. But overall, it's pretty much complete as is. So it's 3 stories tall. It fits in. I was careful when I was designing modulars. I tend to design, when I do it, I tend to go short. I don't know why. So whenever I actually made this, and if you follow me on Instagram, you would have seen the initial version of this. This ground floor was actually like 1 stud shorter, and to me it just looked really funny in front of the other modulars because it was like this. It was like squat, and it just looked funny. So I rebuilt it down the road, and this is the end result of that. But what I would just recommend is when you're building a modular, especially, build it next to the other modulars. Put it next to it so you can kind of see how you're going size-wise and spatially, so that it fits in with the other ones. And I was pretty happy with the end results of this. It's a little bit higher than the pet shop modulars, but it's definitely lower than like City Hall and some of the other ones. So it blends in pretty well in my opinion. As I said, it's a fully detailed modular, so we're going to dig in and we're going to start, I'll start taking it apart so you can kind of see how it all flows. Now, one thing I will point out at the top is I did add a bat signal, because what police station is complete without a bat signal? I mean, that's like essential, right? And there's also a stairwell you can see that goes in. I have to put a door there yet, but there's a little stairwell, so you can actually, the minifigures can walk up to the bat signal, turn it on, and they can call the Caped Crusader himself to come and save the day. Now, we'll start at the top floor, and then we'll kind of work our way down. So if I take the top off the lid, this room at the top, you can kind of see in there. So there's stairs in the back that go down, and they're kind of inline stairs for each floor. So they kind of go down, and then there's another flight that goes down and a little landing. There's the doorway that goes out to the bat signal. And then this top room, what I was kind of envisioning was a room like a 911 control center. So this is like the least finished room in the whole police station, because this was the last one that I did. But the intent is kind of, like I say, to be like a 911 kind of communication center, something to that effect for the police to dispatch. The next floor, this is where it starts to get pretty cool. So this part comes off, and you can see in the top floor here. So in the back, we have an armory. So we've got a bunch of rifles, some pistols, some thermal detonators, because you never know when you might need a thermal detonator, right? Box of ammunition. There is a little communication walkie-talkie like recharge station there. And then on the front-facing wall is a place for handcuffs. Now that's like a locked door, so there's an electronic lock on it, of course, and it's a solid door. Next to that, we have the police chief's office. So of course he's got his cookies and coffee like right outside the door. And there's Police Chief Wiggum. He recently got elected. He took over for Commissioner Gordon. I don't know how that happened. I think it was a coup. I think there might have been some funny business going on with the voting. But anyways, that's Chief Wiggum's new office. And so he's got a few little details in there. He's got a lamp. Of course, he's got his fishing pole, so you can go fishing. And then there's just some greenery, newspaper. He's got the key to the city, of course. And his old police academy hat in the corner there as well, and some file cabinets. And then over here, I haven't tiled this floor yet either, but you can see this is kind of where the detectives sit, and there's Barbara Gordon sitting there, and she is taking a police report from C-3PO, who apparently lost, I don't know what he lost. He lost something. Maybe he lost R2-D2. And so she's kind of taking some notes. There's another workstation over here for another detective. There's a file cabinet. And then you can see this is how I designed the stairs. It goes up to that top floor 911 room. Now, the next floor, which is the ground floor, you can see it's kind of split. So this you can really kind of get an idea. You can see this, the carriageway here. So there's doors that actually close like gates. So you can actually close it off. On the left side, this is kind of the main entrance here. So you can see as they walk up, there's a door. And then the inside, so there's a tiled floor in here. There's like a front desk where a police officer waits to say hi, to talk to people. There is a little waiting area on the inside here. And then there's some wanted posters up on the wall. This is actually, this I haven't finished yet. This was going to be some like handcuffs and flashlight and whatever. And there's a stairway, and that you can actually see there's the railing with the stairwell. That's going to be replicated throughout. And over here, this is the actual jail area. So you can see you walk in, there's a door here, and there's a back door for the officers to get in and out, so they can go in the back here where I envision like the parking lot where they keep their police cars and motorcycles and all that. But this entrance here is for the jail. So you walk in, there's a little entryway. I still need to get a few black tiles. I don't know, I can't find black 1x2 tiles. I have no idea what happened to them. I know I had a bag of them somewhere, and I can't find them. I've been looking for them for like a month now. But anyways, there's a police officer here that talks to you. There's a little door here he can close off. And then here's the jail in the back. Now, staying true to form with Lego sets, what I decided to do was I actually made this so it's actually playable. So you can actually hook up a chain, rope, whatever, to this back door here and pop out the back. And the bad guys can escape in the middle of the night or in the broad daylight if you want. I know like every single Lego police station, it seems like in the last like 10 years has had a play feature similar to that. And so I was just, realizing, you know what, I really got to do something like that and incorporate that into the set. Of course, it's not a prison. It's not a big prison set like some of the other guys in their cities have now. This is just a local jail where guys, you spend a night and you get sent off to the bigger jail, which is probably not in Bricksburg, probably somewhere else in town. But, and then just you can see some more of the little details. I try to make it a little more old-fashioned, so I have a little bit of the, like these old-fashioned windows and whatnot, so that if this building was, something from old, old Paris or something, it would kind of fit in. Now, as I was designing this, just a few other quick notes. The one thing I really was kind of afraid of as I was designing it was that it was too gray. And I asked online a few times for you guys' opinions on that, and I got some pretty good feedback, and a lot of you guys were like, oh, it looks fine, it looks good. But to me, I'm always worried about being too, because I tend to work in gray. I'm like Batman in the Lego movie. Like I only work in black and sometimes really, really dark gray. I tend to only work in gray. Like I love gray. I don't know why. I love the light bluish gray, the dark bluish gray, and then black, of course, incorporating it. So in this building, I wanted a little grittier, a little darker, a little more Gothamish, And so I was trying to add in some color to make it pop. So if you'll notice, I added in the more modern police sign here. I added some flower pots in the front. And then this is actually really cool. This is my original, from my original Lego police station that I had when I was a kid. So if you remember that, this piece is actually like engraved. It's not a sticker. Lego used to do that like 20 years ago. Gosh, no, more than that. 30 years ago. So this piece right here is easily like 30 years old. So I wanted to really I had that laying around and I was like, what am I gonna do with it? And so I really wanted to incorporate that as well into the set. And then just adding little details like the little shield, maybe at one point this was like a municipal building of some such sort back in the, Renaissance or whatever. And then the last thing was at the top here, just to give it a little bit of a little bit of differentiation and a little bit of color, I added some more flower pots up here. And this was from a few different suggestions that I got from some of my friends as well, which I think again, really makes it pop. It just gives it a little bit of color, but not too much to overpower it. And then last but not least, also, I added these flags, which again, just kind of brings it, kind of pulls it all together. So that's my police station. I hope that you enjoyed watching this video. I appreciate you for watching. And if you liked it, give me a like. And I'll be back really soon with a Lego City update, because we've been doing lots and lots of stuff going on in Lego City. Ninjago Land has been going nuts. I got the mountain rebuilt. I've got landscaping going in. The tunnels are mostly done. It's coming along really nicely. And I got a few other surprises as well. So I will be back really soon with that Lego City update video. Thanks for watching.